Gosh, that was gnarly. But they are sharp looking. The steering is sluggish. These are expensive. This is just one of those trucks that gives you the confidence to try any line. Today we're checking out some new goodies for the CR18P Evo Pro. Got my hands on the new RC all-wheel drive portal axles, the plus 10mm portal axles. These are great looking axles with metal housings, brass portal covers, all steel internals. Plus they've got reversible gears in the rear that can help you reduce torque twist. Let's take a look at these axles. Right, they are sharp looking. I haven't got them out of the bag. They look really good. This is the complete set. You can buy these neither front or rear individually. The front does come with the fully assembled servo on axle ready to go. We got aluminum steering linkage, everything already installed. Boy, these are heavy. We got the brass outer portal boxes. We got the hex extensions here. They've got a really nice look to them, look like slotted rotors here. Really nice looking axles. I love the look of the RC all-wheel drive axles. You look at the rear. Again, real heavy here. If given the choice, I would like to do, plastic hex extensions here, plastic portal covers if possible. We might see if I could swap the stock ones off. I don't know if I can, but I'd like to focus on the forward weight bias. But if you're looking for just a lot of unsprung weight here for your build, these are going to get you covered because they are nice and heavy. The rears are nice. They feature the same aesthetic components, the brass upgrades with the hex extensions and the slotted rotor look. One thing with the rear is that the gears inside are reversible. So there's a trick with the CR18P. If you use the secondary output shaft on the motor, it helps reduce torque twists pretty significantly. But you have to have an axle that you can flip the diffs in. Now these have the reversible gears, so if you did that mod to reduce torque twist, you could utilize these axles. We do get some extra components in here as well. Looks like we got some bearings, we've got some axle stubs, which is nice just in case you have any breakage. We're going to be putting these on the Evo Pro because this shares the same track width, the plus 10mm. I figured this was going to be a perfect candidate for these axles. Really excited to revisit the Evo Pro and throw these on here. So I'm going to get to wrenching and I'll circle back with you guys when you get these installed. Here we are with the axles installed. Super simple swap on this truck. Basically a direct swap for the Evo Pro here. One thing to note that with the brushed version of the Evo Pro, which is what I have here, you will have to swap out your servo mount. So the servo mount that comes on this puts the servo back too far and it rubs against the big brushed motor here. Brushless motor wouldn't be an issue because it's much smaller. So what I had to do was just put the stock servo mount back on these axles and then it fit just fine. But again, overall fit and finish, these things are very sharp looking. Love the metal housings, the brass portal covers, super good looking. RC all-wheel drive axles are always good looking and these are no exception. I did open these up. There was a little bit of grease inside. Definitely a good idea to put a little bit more in there while you've got these things apart. I was happy to see that these are full bearings as well. So you swap out the bushings from the stock and you get bearings in this set. To keep my weight distribution as far forward as I could, I took the brass hex extensions off of the rear and I ran the stock Evo Pro plastic ones. I did get this on the scale and as it sits right now, we're right at 60-40. So my perfect weight distribution remains intact, which I'm very happy about. So from a visual and aesthetic standpoint, these things are a home run. I'm excited to run this to see how they perform. So why don't we go hit the indoor course? We'll give this thing a whirl and see how it does. Here we are with the Evo Pro on the course with the new axles. Gosh, I love this truck. Such a fantastic setup with this thing. The axles look great on here. So good. I love this thing. Right off the bat, the steering is sluggish. You get that 9kg metal geared servo. You see that's slow. Not a lot of power out of that servo. Definitely going to want to swap that out. Feels like I've lost a bit of steering angle as well. I think that could be due to the servo. Not exactly sure, but I know these axles typically have a good steering range, but I feel like I lost a bit going to this conversion. I will swap out the servo and see if we can get that back. I'm going to try a really gnarly line up the canyon here because this thing is going to crush the indoor course. Look at the grip, unbelievable. The ground clearance going over those rocks. The Evo Pro is one of those trucks that I don't run as much as I should. Every time I do run it, I really remember how much I love it, and I always think I should run it more. This thing is such a monster. The width on this is tricky, getting me into trouble here. Let's see if I can save it. I think I can. Man, even though I went head first off the bridge, still pulled it off. Understeered there, but able to recover and head into Mini Moab. Look at this, dominating the escalator. Again, with the descent, been asked to do these recently. We'll do it with the Evo, nice and composed, very flat on that decline. Did anyone grab one of these during the Direct RC sale that was going on recently? $101 for the brushed Evo Pro, like the same one I got here. I almost bought another one, but I don't use this one enough to justify buying another one. But what a deal. You talk about performance per dollar. Gonna head into Hell's Gate. You see, I just wish I need more power in the servo there. It's nice that they include the servo with the package, but it's just not a good performer. Oh my gosh, what a monster. This thing is such an absolute savage. Look at it, just effortless. With the added weight from these axles, I think it's gripping even more. And I was able to, salvage that excellent weight distribution. This thing is just unreal. So smooth and controlled, even with the brushed RTR setup. Just such a good rig here. Look at those axles. Oh god, they look really good there. I'd like to see some different color choices. It'd be nice to have something other than the red, but I'm not going to complain. Oh yeah, no problem. Pouring rain out all weekend, so I'm not going to get a chance to hit the rocks with this, I don't think. So I'm just going to play around, see if I can find a couple more challenge lines on the indoor course with this thing. Maybe something I don't hit that often. Look at this thing going sideways there. One of my favorite super challenging lines is to kind of come across the bottom of the chute here and go up the side of Hell's Gate. We'll see if we can do it. I'm understeering a bit there, pushing off to the side. We'll see if I can get it. I'm holding my breath here. Oh gosh, that was gnarly. Holy moly. It's hard to find stuff to challenge this thing indoors. Oh, look at this. Goodness gracious. That is super gnarly. And now we're just having fun freestyling here. Let's eyeball this line. I've never tried this before. I think the Evo's got the width to do this. I'm going to try to ride this line up onto the bridge. Do I go left or right? I don't know if I can go left. I'll try. Oh, I'm off the bridge. Why, this is just one of those trucks that gives you the confidence to try any line, no matter how bonkers it is, or something that you didn't even consider to be a line beforehand. Just so much fun. Oh, good stuff. Let's talk about these axles. Beautiful piece of hardware here from RCAWD Drive. Premium components, great fit and finish, easy installation, and they work great on the build. Fitment on these are going to work great for the Evo Pro brushless or brushed. Just remember, if you put them on the brushed Evo Pro, you are going to have to swap out your servo mount. These will basically work for any servo on axle model of the CR18P variations, the Furywagon, the Katana. A couple of drawbacks. Number one is the servo that it comes with. I think the 9 kilogram servo that comes with this kit is weak. Definitely going to want to upgrade that to something with some more juice to turn these heavy axles. This is a high performance truck, and if you're going to spend the money on these axles, you're going to want a good servo to capitalize on the performance that you're going to get out of this thing. Now that brings me to the other drawback of these is the price. These are expensive. For the front and rear set like we've got here, it's $187. Granted, these are very nice housings, all aluminum. You got the black brass front and rear, the metal gears, the bearings. You do get the servo, you get the linkage. There is a lot here, but still, that feels like a big pill to swallow for these aftermarket axles, especially when you consider that the whole truck itself is right around that same price, actually less for the brushed version here. So I think the price just feels amplified because of the low cost of entry for this truck. But nonetheless, they are a very nice set of axles, both aesthetically and performance-wise. I'll put the link in the description down below on where you can pick these axles up. And remember, you can use my discount code and save 5% on all things at RCAWDrive.com. And guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of these axles for the CR18P? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.